Life rewards your action over your intelligence. Every single day that you act on something will reward you more and faster than you knowing or having the intelligence of something. This whole idea of just doing and less thinking, less talking, more doing, all relates to the entire concept of life rewards action, not intelligence. And I don't know why, as a 23-year-old man, and me hearing this millions of times, that life rewards action, I don't know why it took me this long to even come to my senses and understand that concept. I think it's because mainly I've sort of been sucked into the real world after graduating university, and it sort of forced me to understand the concept that you need to do things with purpose and action over thinking about what to do. And I think that this got enhanced recently because I'm sort of 6 months into a very, very much you need to figure it out on your own sales job, right? It's the kind of job where you have to hunt and you have to find your own meal and you have to put up your own numbers because at the end of the day, no one will do it for you because they're all doing it already for themselves. So I think with that, it sort of made me understand that when my back is against the wall and I have no other option but to act and to put my thoughts into action, that is when I realized that the growth started coming in. I started to feel a lot more confident with the way I talk to people on the phone, even in real life. Starting conversations were more flawless. Being in an awkward situation felt more flawless. And overall, the last 6 months, everything just improved in terms of my social capabilities, the way I speak to people, the way I read tonality, the way I speak. All these kind of things happened because I was forced and my back was against the fucking wall, okay? And I realized that this concept applies to everything. Any ideas that you have, any ambitions that you have, life only rewards the action you put towards it, not how much you know about the subject, not how much you think about the subject, not how much you have a fucking roadmap. It doesn't matter, because it's all just thoughts at the end of the day, and you can take them to the grave and never put it into forward action, and it's just a dead idea. Like, there's a saying that, $1 million ideas are stuck in the graveyard because there's people who are too scared to act on them. And it's true. Life rewards action, not intelligence. I think it's single-handedly the most simple, yet most powerful quote I've ever heard in my entire life. Because it applies to all facets of your entire life. I think it's the explanation why you see a lot of smart people. People who are highly intelligent, they have high IQs, they can talk about any sort of, very confusing or maybe very advanced topics, technical topics and skills, but they seem stuck. They seem like they don't have it all figured out. I'm not saying everyone does, but they sort of, for lack of better terms, they're not in a good spot mentally, financially, things like that. And, it all does relate to other things, but mainly it's because they never put their thoughts into action, whether it be for a business idea, an investment, starting up a YouTube page, content creation, whatever it is. Life rewards action, not intelligence. And I'm just embarrassed at myself. Truly am embarrassed that it took me 23 years of my whole life to figure it out. But I guess this is the whole part of growing up. So the things that I learned about this specifically is that when your back is against the wall and you're forced to make a decision or you're forced to act on something, you will grow. And I always thought that was bullshit until it happened to me. Until all of these things happened to me and I started to realize, no, it is true. These guys aren't lying. Put yourself in a situation where you have no choice but to act. I do genuinely think comfort is the killer of all action. And it's sort of been my case for the last 2 years. But these last 6 months have changed dramatically. And, I thank the industry of sales for that. But also the idea of just growing up and understanding these concepts more. But that's sort of my rant on that. So there's one thing I want you to take away: life rewards action, not your intelligence.